Is it worth it to stay at the MGM Grand in 2026? Well, in this video, we're gonna answer that question. We're gonna check out the hotel, the restaurants, the attractions, because there's a lot of stuff that's open and some things that have closed at this property. My name is George with Vegas Must Try. Let's jump into it. We made it to our room. This is the newly remodeled MGM Executive King Suite, but I have to make a confession. I messed up a little bit. I accidentally got the accessible King Suite as opposed to just the regular King Suite. So it's standardized, especially the bathroom for, accessible wheelchairs, stuff like that. The price for this room is very comparable to a normal Executive King Suite. And what we paid for today was $129 plus resort fees and taxes. It went up to another 56 bucks. If you were to book this room yesterday or the day before, which is like Saturday and Sundays of a holiday weekend, the prices were somewhere around $300, just so you guys can get an idea. This room was part of that $300 million renovation that MGM did to most of its rooms. So if you see suites that are labeled MGM right when you're booking, and if they look anything like this, you're basically gonna be booking a brand new room. If you came to the MGM Grand before the remodel, the rooms needed some serious upgrading, and they definitely did that. The MGM Grand is one of those cornerstone properties on the Las Vegas Strip, and it has history running back all the way to its opening in 1993. This property has about 5,000 rooms, and out of this, nearly 4,000 of them were renovated on this recent renovation. So I made a video about the MGM Grand like a year or two ago, so I'm not gonna go too much into the details. So let's talk about the new stuff. First venue on the chopping block was Wet Republic. This venue was a day club that actually got rebranded to Palm Tree Beach Club. And it pretty much looks like the same venue, except they did a little bit of construction and remodeling here and there. Since I recorded my last video, Netflix Bites debuted here at the MGM Grand, but unfortunately it has closed not that long ago. So a minute of silence for Netflix Bites. There was a lot of gimmicky food and it was a little expensive from what I remember. And if you hadn't seen any of the shows, you were pretty much lost on what you were looking at. Another cool thing that opened not that long ago was Friends The Experience. My wife is a huge fan of Friends, so it was really cool seeing her, be a little kid walking around in the sets. So you get to go through the kitchen, you're in the living room. You have that iconic scene where you have to pivot the couch to go upstairs. If you're a fan of Friends, I definitely recommend it. It's a really cool experience and you get to have some awesome photos. And unfortunately, we have to hold another minute of silence for the MGM Grand Buffet. Honestly, it wasn't one of my favorite ones, if I have to be completely honest. As far as I know, buffets aren't really profitable here in Las Vegas. They're more so like an amenity for gamers and players. And we lost another one. And that's kind of tragic because Las Vegas was tied with buffets. It was kind of like they go hand in hand, but we happened to lose one more. We're gonna head to the pool, but before that, let's do a very quick room tour. All right, so right when you walk in, you are gonna have the living room, and honestly, the living room is extremely nice. The furniture, everything just like fits together. It is gray. It is a little bit more darker than I'm used to for the MGM Grand. Even that right here, check this out. I've never seen this at a hotel. It kind of changes, look. Boom, it turns into a different color. We have two giant TVs here. They're about 65 inches from what I can see. And the divider is also very classy. Check this out. Very, very cool. Here we have the mini bar. You have obviously some stuff that you have to pay for and some stuff on the right, which, yeah, buddy, we got some celebration to do here for Memorial Day. And this is the bedroom here. It looks really, really tight, honestly. The lighting here underneath the bed, very modern. We have some leather headboard here with a nice contrast with the wood. And of course, this little seating area so you can put your shoes on, or you can get creative with whatever you can use it for. All right, and here you have the closet. Looks like some barn doors. Pretty cool. You have a mirror here on the right, one on the left, and it's a pretty good size. You got your ironing board and your safe. Ooh, what do we have here? So there you guys have a quick room tour. I think the room looks really, really nice, and I don't think it's that much more expensive than the standard king size room. So definitely look for the suite if it's available. But right now, let's get ready to go to the pool. Bring a little pump. No sunblock, I'm just raw dogging it. We are just missing a cocktail right now. We forgot to get one from the room. So the MGM Grand Pool Complex is 6.5 acres of pools. So there's about 4 to 5 pools here and the lazy river. And honestly, it's one of my favorite pools in Vegas because there's so many little environments. The only bad thing about it is depending how you look at it, is that there's a lot of children here because of the lazy river. It's a well-kept pool, and honestly, if you don't mind kids, it's one of the best ones in Vegas. Guys, we're wrapping up here at the pool. Now it's time to go back in the room, get some drinks because we forgot them initially. Let's get it. All right, so we just got back from the pool, freshened up a little bit. Now we're getting ready to go to dinner, but I want to show you guys this view. Not the greatest view, but you do have a pretty cool look at the A's stadium that's being built right now. But for now, we're getting ready to go to dinner, then maybe go gamble a little bit, and then after that, we're going to CA, which is the Cirque du Soleil show here at the MGM Grand. It's one of the flagship shows that has been running since, I believe, 2002. And it's not that expensive. I think the tickets start about $70. It's my first time watching the show, and it's Fanny's first time watching it as well. So we have high hopes. Let's get it. Yeah, I wanted to see what these books were about, and oh my God. Also decor. All right, so this area is known as the District. A few of the restaurants are located here. One of my favorites, which is Morimoto. They recently got like a little cool redesign, but today we are going to Luchinis, which is one of the newer restaurants. I want to feature it on this video. Let's get it. The brother is not drinking right now, but the missus, so she got a Moscato. I'm gonna have dessert. So here we have the burrata salad. It has burrata, heirloom tomato, it has tomato jam, and also basil. Let's try burrata. So basically, very, very creamy cheese. Oh yeah. Mind you, we just came back from a trip to Italy a couple weeks ago, so we're pretty judgy when it comes to Italian food now. And then heirloom tomatoes are just so sweet and flavorful. They're so friendly to the palate. So a quick little fun fact is that right next to Luchini's, there is a secret bar. It's a speakeasy called Chez BP. Now that I think about it, it's actually a French name, so it's a little weird. But a lot of people after this, they get invited to go to the speakeasy right next door. We've actually been there in the past. It's really, really nice, and the drinks are good. Now they started to add a little bit more signage so that you can find the place. But us, we're probably gonna go back to the room, get some drinks, start playing, and then go to the show. Check that out. Reginette a la vodka, has a shrimp, tomato, some cream right here. Looks excellent. And to the left-hand side, we have the burrata ravioli. So basically it's filled with cheese. And it also has spinach and marinara sauce. All right, this Reginette a la vodka looks freaking delicious. And they come by with some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Apparently this is supposed to be spicy. You guys already know I'm excited for that. I have to say, it's not that spicy, but it is flavorful. It's good, very creamy. This was definitely a good choice. Now let's try the burrata ravioli. Right, here we go. Nice little square. That's good. Very subtle flavors, except obviously for the marinara. I would probably go with the Reginette, which just has a lot more. There's a lot more to it. There's more fun. Like a little bit of zesty, like lemon flavor to it. That's good, man. To be honest, this is my third time at this restaurant. The other few times that I've been here, I've always felt like it's kind of lacking something. And right now, the two pastas are good. All right, so we just got done with dinner. It was pretty good, but like I said, still like a 7 or 8 out of 10, would you say, baby? 6, 7. 6, little 7. Gen Z. Oh, she's not a Gen Z. Anyway, yeah. Dinner was good, not great, but I will say this. Further down this way, there is Nelly's Barbecue, which is the Jonas Brothers family's restaurant. That place also closed, so who knows what's gonna be there next. This is a brand new place. It's called Bonus Round. It is a 21 and over barcade. This replaced the old Aisha Curry barbecue joint. And honestly, I'd never even heard about this place, so pretty interesting. But 21 and over here, where there's so many kids, I don't know if it's gonna last. So this is where Netflix Bites used to be. It still kind of has that whole look, but now it's Avenue Cafe. I think this is what the old cafe that used to be here. They just brought it back with a really cool entrance and a really nice bar. But yeah, rest in peace, Netflix Bites. And this is the MGM Grand Buffet. It closed in May of 2026. I wonder what's coming here. Look, for sure a lot of stuff is closing, but it is because they're getting ready for the A Stadium, and because this is basically gonna be the south end of the strip. It's like the sports capital of Vegas, because you have the Knights, we have the Raiders Stadium, and now we're gonna have the Athletics here. So this is gonna be a really, really hot area, especially when everything is in season. So I'm wondering what's gonna be there at the buffet. All right, so we're doing the ultimate Vegas hack, and that is come to CVS to get either alcohol or snacks, because we're going to the Cirque du Soleil show. We're not gonna pay $15 on some candy. We're gonna get it here and then go back. So definitely keep that in mind. There is a CVS and Walgreens, like, I don't know, within 10 minutes of a walk. All right, so we are waiting right outside the Cirque du Soleil Ka Theater. We're gonna play a little bit of slots while we kill time, you know, make a couple bucks and pay for the show. All right, these 3 Rio machines are kind of fun. Oh, I think we're starting. Can you hit that? Let's go, we're starting. Let's go. All right, so we just got out of the show, and the show's theme is basically like war, martial arts, and it's like a storytelling between like villages getting into fights and stuff like that. However, I didn't love the show. I feel like I've been overexposed to a lot of really cool entertainment here in Las Vegas, and now Cirque du Soleil shows, to me, they haven't always been the best. I don't know, I just feel like this show kind of lacked those wow moments. As a matter of fact, we both kind of got a little sleepy. For those of you guys that watch this channel, you guys know what kind of interests I like. So if you think you have the same interests as me, then take my word. If not, I mean, a lot of people had a really fun time. It had a standing ovation, so don't take my word for it. Just do as you wish. So they have this streaming area in which there are some dealers playing with people abroad. I don't think it's available here in the States, but basically you've seen people playing and gambling online, and this is how they do it. I wonder if they can see us. Yep, looks like they can. A Cirque du Soleil show that I really, really like is Mad Apple. It's a variety show. It's unlike any of the other Cirque du Soleil shows. There's like athletes, there's stand-up comedians, there's acrobatics, there's all that stuff. It's really, really fun, and it's like a half of the cost of what this show would be. So that would be my recommendations for Cirque du Soleil shows, and that's at the Park MGM. All right, guys, we just got back to the hotel room, and let me just say, the MGM Grand, there is always something happening here. Like today, for example, is Memorial Day, and there is a ton of people here because they're holding the American Music Awards. The casino floor is popping, and all the restaurants were full, so there's definitely a lot of stuff here. But sometimes if you're looking at a random Wednesday and the rooms are like $500, that's because they probably have a convention or something like that. So as you saw, a lot of things have changed here, a lot of restaurants, new attractions. In my opinion, it's going to continue to change so they can get all the people that are going to be from the baseball stadium after the games. They want to have new restaurants, new attractions, and all things in between. And they also want to be that premier destination that the MGM Grand once was. So we went to a restaurant, we went to an attraction, got to visit the pool, and we got destroyed at the casino, all for your entertainment. So if you found any value in this video whatsoever, please remember to give this video a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, because it all helps the algorithm. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next time. Peace.